It began with a moment of simple forgetfulness. A lonely carrot top, sliced from its vibrant orange root, was left behind on the edge of a garden bed. It was a small, insignificant scrap, destined to wither under the sun. Most gardeners would have tossed it into the compost bin, or the green waste can without a second thought. Yet, this single, overlooked piece of plant matter was about to become something extraordinary. It was poised to become a signal, a dinner bell for a hidden world of microscopic life sleeping just beneath the surface. This forgotten scrap was about to wake the builders, the tiny architects that give soil its structure, its health, its very life. The story of a thriving garden does not always start with grand plans or expensive fertilizers. Sometimes, it starts with a little piece of trash. So, what are these mysterious actinomycetes? They are not quite bacteria, they are not quite fungi, yet they share characteristics of both. Imagine a vast, hidden network, microscopic thread-like filaments spreading through soil finer than a spider's web weaving their way through the soil. These are actinomycetes. Microscopic view, they look like fungi forming long branching filaments called hyphae. Cellular view, they are structured like bacteria. This combo makes them powerful players in soil. How does one small forgotten scrap actually wake these dormant architects? It is a process that unfolds with beautiful biological precision. When a piece of plant matter like a carrot top lands on the soil, it carries a treasure trove of complex organic molecules. At first, it is dry and tough. But the moment it receives a bit of moisture, rain, dew, a gardener's watering can, the party begins. Water acts as the universal solvent and transport medium. It softens the tough fibers of the scrap and begins to dissolve some of the simpler sugars locked within. This initial release sends out the first invitation, attracting the fast-acting bacteria. They swarm, multiply, and kick off decomposition, consuming oxygen and releasing wastes. But the tough cellulose and lignin act as a second, more exclusive invitation. There is a smell that every gardener knows and loves. It is the rich, clean, and deeply satisfying scent of healthy soil, especially after a light rain. It is often described as earthy. This iconic aroma is not the smell of dirt itself, it is the signature scent of life. Specifically, it is the smell of a compound called geosmin produced by actinomycetes as they grow and multiply. When you smell that fresh, earthy fragrance from your garden, you are literally sniffing the byproduct of these beneficial microbes at work. It is a sensory confirmation that the silent architects are active, building a fertile foundation. Rain pushes air from pores, carrying geosmin up where we can easily detect it. You do not need a laboratory to see these microbes in action. Run a simple experiment in your own garden. Create a small, concentrated zone of decomposition and watch for signs. Pick a tough organic scrap, a woody stem, a small untreated wood piece, or a carrot top. Avoid fresh, soft greens. They attract different, faster microbes. Place it on the soil surface and mark the spot. Keep it slightly damp, just enough moisture. Over weeks, it softens, darkens, and seems to sink into the soil. Underneath, soil turns darker and more crumbly. That is your first sign. For a hot spot, bury a scrap shallowly, cover, and mark. Keep the patch lightly moist for 4 to 6 weeks. Excavate gently. Watch closely as you uncover it. Look for fine, white, web-like threads spreading into the soil, exactly the sign you want. The nearby soil will be darker, softer, and more aggregated, visible proof of soil building at work. Encourage them with what they love, complex carbon-rich matter. Incorporate small wood chips, shredded autumn leaves, straw, and tough stalks. Shred leaves, then mulch or lightly mix into beds for slow-release food. Manage moisture and air. Actinomycetes need oxygen. Avoid compaction and waterlogging. Amend heavy clay with compost and occasionally aerate with a garden fork. Avoid broad-spectrum chemicals, overwatering, and burning organic matter. Adopt compost thinking, chop and drop and let the scraps feed the quiet architects. The story that began with a single forgotten carrot top does not end with one small patch. Benefits ripple outward, transforming the entire garden. Soil becomes crumbly and porous, better at holding and draining water. Erosion drops as roots anchor deeper and stronger. A steady nutrient trickle outperforms the jarring jolt of synthetics. Microbial shields suppress disease. Plants become more resilient. One small act invites the microbe architects to build a living foundation. Your garden will be their ultimate thank you.